Welcome to Your Divine Purpose Devotional, and this is session 18, Change Our Job Description. And you might be a little bit surprised to see that as a title for Your Divine Purpose. But let me tell you, it is more a part of our job description than you may have realized. I remember the very first time that I went to a strategic management or a change management workshop. And I came back after the first week and immediately started talking to my church leader about our assignment to bring change, to have a clear vision and mission and purpose. It didn't go down that well the first time I tried it, but since then I've taught strategic planning and change management in hundreds of churches across the world. Change is our job description and it is our apostolic assignment. You've only got to stop and realize that the prayer that Jesus taught us to pray on earth as it is in heaven is fundamentally about leading, stewarding, managing, and bringing change, making earth like heaven. And that sounds like change to me. You see, here's the reality. You joined the Christian faith because your life was changed. Your journey is to be changed to be like him. It is to lead other people to experience the same change as you. And if we go fast forward to Revelation 11:15, the kingdoms of this earth have become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ. So I do sincerely believe that this really is our job description. You know, I have been around churches who say, hey, we don't change. Yesterday, today, forever. We're not changing at all. But here's the reality. We are all meant to be changed to be like him. He may never change, but we are meant to be changed. You see, the apostolic assignment is heaven on earth. We're to expand the influence of the King throughout the earth. And rather than change being an enemy or an interference, it is our assignment, our DNA, our modus operandi, and our raison d'etre. In other words, it's here to stay. It's what we're meant to be doing, and it's our great privilege to be ambassadors of Jesus Christ at a time when this constantly changing world needs heaven and earth more than ever. And so I want to really just encourage you with this chapter. The verse that I use there is one of my favorites, 2 Corinthians 3:18. But we all, with unveiled face, beholding as in a mirror the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image from glory to glory, just as from the Lord, the Spirit. And I could just as easily have used Habakkuk 2:14. The whole earth will be filled with the knowledge of the glory of God as the waters cover the sea. And that is all about change. And so I want to encourage every one of you to be students of change. You know, change really is here to stay. We live in a world where there's a much greater appetite for change. I touched on that a little with Reformation. You know, the generations before, they were more resistant to change. We've become a generation that embraces change. In fact, we pursue change. We want the next gadget, the next smartphone, don't we? Because we think there's something else that it will do. Whereas our grandparents often had a washing machine for life or a telephone for life or whatever you want to put in that list. And change is kingdom. You know, change is actually irreversible. And we all know that, don't we? And there is an increased appetite for change. Change is here to stay. And, you know, the truth is that it's hard now to imagine. I know at times we need to recognize that we shouldn't be on our smartphones quite so much. But the reality is that so much of our life now is caught up in our devices. We actually manage our lives through them. And so it is irreversible, but there is always a momentum. There is a momentum of change. Why don't we harvest that change for the benefit of mankind? So some of you, you'll love this, and others you might be thinking, wow, I'm not sure about that. But as Christians, we should be masters of change. We are the sent ones. We're the apostolic ones. Our divine purpose is to bring change. And I would suggest it's the nature of the apostolic. And so you might need to put some work into that to embrace change. You might need to change some ways that you think, but let's not be those churches that say we never change and lean on a verse that's misquoted. Yesterday, today, forever, Jesus is the same. All may change, but this church never. No, let's be those that embrace the right change, the kingdom change, the transformation of lives, of society, and our communication. So when it comes to you and change, one of the keys for change, one of the key things to grab hold of is what's God already done in your life. So what are the testimonies that you want to see repeated? And what will you reinforce? What will you declare to reinforce what I'm saying to you or what you've read today about change? Again, these are simple chapters, but I'm really introducing themes that some of you will grab hold of and run with. What will you declare? Will you declare that you are a change agent? Let's not leave it to the people outside of the church to be the change management consultants who are doing all the changing, developing all the strategies. Let's be the ones who develop the strategies to bring kingdom change. And why don't you reflect on that phrase, change is our assignment. How have you reacted to change in the past? Have you been inclined to see it as an enemy or a friend? I want to suggest to you that it's time to embrace change and the assignment of change as a friend. So grab hold of it. Let's really be change agents. You joined the family of Christ by being changed. Your assignment is to be changed to be like him. It is to bring change to people around you and the world around you until this earth is like heaven. And as it says in Revelation 11:15, the kingdoms of this earth have become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his Christ. That requires change. And so does Habakkuk 2:14, because for the whole earth to be filled with the knowledge of the glory of God as the waters cover the sea, that requires change. And therefore it requires us to be agents of change. God bless you. And I look forward to talking to you again soon.